Hey everyone, Michael DeLuca here from Hope Baptist Church in Athens, Greece. This is a little devotional I've been trying to do a couple times a week. I've nicknamed it Higher Hope, pretty much for obvious reasons. If you know me, we're Hope Baptist Church and Hope Christian Center. I'm all about the themes, so you may notice I've got a beard going now, so I'm glad I can be able to do that and fit in here a little bit better. But one of the things that I have become aware of over the last few years is how much I rely on the counsel and advice of others. God has given me some great men and women in my life, especially the women. Hello, Joyce Cooper. And they've provided me with some much needed wisdom at times when I've struggled with a decision or the direction I should go with something. I praise the Lord for godly pastors and other wise believers God has placed in my life, and He truly has. Proverbs 11:14 says, "Where no counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety." I can affirm I made safer decisions because I sought counsel from others. There's been some times I didn't like some of the advice I received. Probably we've all been like that, Isn't it funny how sometimes we believe we're asking for advice, but in reality, we're simply looking for someone to affirm a decision we've already made. We just want some affirmation, So I'm so grateful, especially for my wife in this respect. Joanna's been great with me in this. I often ask her for opinion on a message, or I've preached, or something to do with how I'm interpreting a passage or something, and she's always been really honest with me. And for a while, I used to get upset about some of what she said. It took me a little bit to get used to it because it wasn't what I wanted to hear. I thought I was right, but I asked for advice, and she told me what she thought. And many times, like most of the time, her advice and counsel were what I needed to hear. I absolutely needed it. I had a direction and a purpose for what I wanted to say or do, but I needed a little bit of outside perspective, and that's what advice and counsel really gives us. Another great verse, I think, to this end is Proverbs 15:22. It says, "Without counsel, purposes are disappointed, but in the multitude of counselors they are established." Too many times in life I dismissed wise counsel, and it cost me. I say that from experience. I remember quite clearly asking my pastor many years ago about whether I should take a new job I had been offered. It had more money and better opportunities for advancement and all that, but it also had super long hours and a long drive. And he gave me several good reasons why it was probably not a good idea. But it wasn't what I wanted to hear, and of course, what did I do? I took the job. Well, 4 years later, as I laid in a hospital bed for 4 days, suffering from exhaustion and some mysterious virus they never could figure out, I believe it was God getting a hold of me, I realized everything he told me was spot on. I also remember very well going back to him to apologize for not listening to his advice. Ever the humble guy he is, he just smiled and thanked me for remembering and being apologetic. I'm totally confident that God surrounds us with wise counselors who want to share from their thoughts and experience to help us and save us from making costly mistakes. So what is the best advice you've ever received? And think back in your mind, For me, the best advice I've ever received was to read the Bible for myself. It changed my life, and it changed my eternal destination. Praise the Lord. Excuse me. But after that, the single greatest piece of advice anyone ever gave me is seemingly simple, yet it is profoundly deep. Are you ready for this? All right, here goes. Sometimes you just have to deal with what is. Thank you for that nugget, Philip Cavelli, wherever you may be. See, Philip was my guitar teacher many years ago, and I kept coming to him wanting to learn these complicated pieces of music. And of course, he recognized my limitations as a guitar player. And he matter-of-factly told me one day, he said, sometimes you just have to deal with what is. You're never going to be a Segovia or John Williams. Play within your limits, and you'll be a better and happier player. Great guitar advice, and I'll tell you what, it was great life advice too. That wisdom has gone a long way in just about every area of my life. Sometimes you just have to deal with what is. Sometimes you just need to reach out and ask someone for counsel. Take it from experience. Surround yourself with wise counselors, listen to their advice, and you'll probably save yourself a lot of headaches and also a lot of heartaches. Hey, have a great week serving the Lord. Don't forget Bible study tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Athens time, Book of James as we continue on. Have a great week. God bless.